Alright guys, so we've had a lot of requests to do a video on dart frogs. So this video is going to be all about dart frogs, how we breed them, give you a glimpse into what we have here as far as species. It is later in the evening here, about 7 o'clock. It's kind of when we see a lot of the frogs start coming out, and hopefully going to be able to show you a bunch of them. So I'm going to kind of give you a tour of some of the species we have. Like I said, hopefully we'll see a bunch of them, and then go through the process of what we actually do and how we breed them, and you know, raising them from eggs to all the way up to froglets. So I'll start you off with the tour. These are group of orange terribilis, which there is 4 in here. This is a proven group. Female's actually in the coconut hut. Sorry for the glass, but it's on the inside, and we clean the inside of the glass once a year. I'll go over that in just a minute while we do that, and you can see you get the naturalistic vines and everything growing inside, which the frogs actually quite enjoy. So we have over here Aratus, Highland bronze Aratus. These are, you can see the tanks are very well planted. Every single one of our tanks is live plants, and we place petri dishes underneath this coconut hut for the frogs to go in there and lay their eggs. We also will put cultures in with them, which is in the media already has the vitamins and supplements in, and the frogs will actually eat the larvae or maggots from there and get supplemented. I'll go over in a minute also the extra supplementation we do. These are trivs, which we probably aren't going to see. They're extremely secretive. There's one all the way in the back here. Well, there's 2 actually. There you go. These guys are really not a fan. Not a fan of being seen. So you got a glimpse of one. I apologize. The main breeding racks have monsoon systems hooked up that are misting these automatically, and again you'll see very well planted tanks. Everyone has coconut huts, water dishes, which the frogs will soak in, and they love to bring their substrate into it all the time, constantly taking out this tree fern fiber. But they will actually bring their tadpoles in there if we miss them. So these are cobalts. There's one right up front here, dining on some fruit flies. And again, they all have their hides. I don't know if we'll find any eggs on this tour, but if we do, we do. Once a week, they all get supplemented with Rapaccium Calcium Plus. So Rapaccium Calcium Plus is once a week, and Rapaccium Vitamin A is about once every 3 weeks. These are Atlantis, which is hiding right there, right next to the Vitamin A. You can see she's in the back there. And nothing in the coconut hut. Oh, there's a better look at her. And the male's all the way in the back. The Tinctorius are great species to keep. They're very bold. This is my bronze and green Aratus group, which I rarely see, and you can see why. They love it very thick. This will get pruned out, which is very simple. All you have to do to prune them is pinch these vines off. This is pothos. It grows like a weed. I purposely saved this tank to show you guys. I see a frog jumping back there somewhere. So we'll trim this as easy as that. And that's where the fruit fly culture will go. And this extra pothos can be used in another tank, or you can give it to other froggers if you have any in the area. That's a really nice chunk, and that grows, that's like a month worth. They grow like mad. Oh, this is another tank which you're probably not going to see anything, because these are red galax, and they're extremely secretive. And we haven't gotten our red galax to breed yet. You can see we always have the leaf litter. Every one of these tanks is seeded with isopods and springtails. I don't see any, but there is a lot of places to hide in here. But red and blacks are awesome frogs. Again, you'll notice, you know, the sides of these tanks aren't, you know, gorgeous and clean free, but the frogs, it's beneficial for the frogs for breeding to keep some of this algae and stuff on the sides. Once a year we will go through and actually clean these, but it does disturb the breeding process because then, you know, you're going in there messing up things and they don't really dig that all the time. So this is our Patricia tank. I see the Patricia all the way in the back. I don't know if you could see him, but he's all the way in the back corner there through this gigantic pothos, and this is not pothos, I apologize. This is an elephant ear. Here he comes. I gotta be careful so he does not jump out of the tank at me. Hey buddy. So that's Patricia. We have a pair of proven Patricias in here which breed on for us regularly. We just pulled a lot of eggs the other day, so they're probably not gonna find any on this tour, but once again, you just simply clear it out a little bit. This is a great plant to go in another tank, or if you're starting up a tank, which I know we've had requests for that. These are our lukes, or bumblebees. We have chocolate and regular, and they generally like to hide under this. There they are. But the lighting is horrible. There we go. Chocolate's going towards the back, regular bumblebee sitting there. With 3 of them underneath the hut, I will probably find eggs there tomorrow. These are extremely secretive, but there's one right there. This is a Capira auratus. A way to give you a good glimpse before I said anything. Capira are really neat, almost all black with a little bit of green when they hatch. These are Santa Isabellas, and this tank is incredibly overgrown. These guys breed very well. You might hear them in some of my other videos, but you won't see them. Another auratus tank. El Cope auratus. And I keep these tanks like this on purpose because the frogs feel secure. These are super blue auratus. And this tank is on rotation to clean the sides because it is getting a little thick. Again, you might not see these in here because it is very thick. But again, that's for the frogs. You know, we're not here. You know, it's a little bit for our enjoyment, but the frogs have to feel comfortable. These are banded lukes, and these you hardly ever see. I just saw one fly by. A little bit bigger of a luke than the ones you saw in the other tank. Ah, there he went. It's like a Where's Waldo. Very tough to find, even though there is 4 of them in here. I do like to use these Exoterras. I use Exoterras in closed fronts, and these are also on automatic misting systems. These are the Castanelli. These are one of my favorites. These are Citronellas. Big female there, probably getting ready to lay a clutch tonight. Yep, nothing under there, so. Beautiful frogs. Easily one of my favorites. Powder blues in the bottom. And this tank, unfortunately, the silicone ran, so I can never get that clean, but everybody knows these frogs. Every frog collection needs a pair of Azorius. Just goes without saying. Very popular. Beautiful frogs. My first dart frog ever. I enjoy the heck out of them. So, now the question lies about breeding. So once we get eggs, which will come out of the petri dishes under the coconut hut, we'll put a little bit of water in them, and the eggs will then go over here to an incubator, which isn't on. It's just more for keeping them to the side so they don't get injured and we don't move them around. we'll add a little bit of water to the eggs, and you'll see that they start growing these little tails. It'll take about 14 to 20 days depending temperature, and you know, it could be as little as 10 days too sometimes at species, but you know, they start getting these little tails, start forming into tadpoles. And try to find one that's, here's another one where the tails are coming out. They got the little yolks in the bottom, and they'll break out of that and you can start separating them. This is a newer one, just laid the other day. So then after these hatch and you get tadpoles, I'll show you the tadpole rearing chambers. This is a greenhouse which has been mocked up for raising tadpoles, and we have LED lights installed on the levels. And basically, try to do this one-handed, we try to keep every tadpole separately. Now, even though these cups look dirty, they are not. The water is changed every week with the chlorinated RO water. So these guys are changed every Sunday. And you basically leave the film on the bottom for when you're putting new water in. So the water is not dirty. And some people do water changes, some people don't do water changes. That is totally preference. I find the tads do a lot better with water changes. So you can see a little bit bigger ones here. And then in the bottom we have ones that actually have legs, which will get pulled out. He's got his back legs. Once he gets his front legs that pop out of there, he'll go into a cup, a rearing cup. Same with this one, same clutch. That's how we keep him. See, this guy's just starting to get his back legs in. Now we feed the tadpoles a mixture of spirulina algae, tadpole bites, high quality tropical fish flake, and also dried bloodworms. And that's about every 3 days. So these guys will then, drop my plants, I'll pick them up later. Then they'll go in the back once they get their legs, and we actually use the tall fruit fly cups of sphagnum moss for them to absorb their tail. And from there they will go into these sphagnum moss tanks for rearing. And only when they're appropriately sized, eating well, will they be sold. So they could be in here for a while. This is about the size we like to sell them. Yeah, a little bit bigger than a dime size. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the tour of the species. Some we got to see, some we didn't. I apologize, it's hit or miss when you're here. We do have a few more species floating around, but that's just about what we do here. And the frogs are really fun. I really would push somebody towards giving it a try and just keeping some of the easier ones like Azorius or Luke's or any kind of tank. Really is really nice and bold and easy. We also manufacture all the production here of everything we basically use. All the tanks are built by us. All the food is made by me every week. We culture our own flies, culture the isopods, and culture all the springtails. So we can then keep control of the quality. So again, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it answered a lot of your questions. Above all, I hope you like seeing some of the really awesome frogs we have here. Take care, guys.